we have the pleasure of welcoming back Botanicare to the show. We spoke previously about 9 months ago when we first had Botanicare in the shop, and it was relatively new in the UK. Now, 9 months on, we've got customer feedback, I've got personal feedback, and the guys from Botanicare to talk about the products in more detail. We've got Doug from Botanicare, and he's going to go through all of our questions and tell us more about the Botanicare product that's kicking it in the USA. Doug, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
How are you finding the Home Grown Expo?
Yeah, it's a real great event. We're real happy to be here. Really love the UK. Every time I've been out here, it's always a great experience.
Maybe not the weather, but the experience is good.
I'm from Colorado, so difficult weather, I'm used to that.
Okay, yeah, he's used to
So,
we have 5 seasons in one day sometimes.
Right, yep, sounds like Colorado.
Now, for the people who didn't catch the first Botanicare podcast, tell us a little bit about the history. When did it all start? Where did it all begin?
Yeah, so the company's almost 20 years old now, so we're one of the long-standing companies in the industry. The owners, Treg and Kayla, started the company. Essentially they started some hydro stores in the Phoenix, Arizona area in the United States called Sea of Green. Back then, 20 years ago, most of what growers were using as far as nutrients were mineral salt-based nutrients. You get really great yields, really great quality looking fruits or vegetables. But at the end of the day, there was a lack of flavor and aroma. And so they designed what is now called Pure Blend Tea. Used to be called Pure Blend Original, our metabolic formula. And it was really designed to help improve on aromas and flavors. And that's been really the backbone of our company ever since. They started selling that product out of their retail stores. And to make a very long story short, it did really, really well. And they took the product nationally, and the rest is history.
The rest is history. And for those that don't know, if you're in the UK or you're not in the US listening, well done on being the number one nutrients in the US for the last 2 years.
Yeah, we're doing quite well. Our company focuses on quality first, having very good prices as well. We try to make sure there's really not any reason not to try our products. And also we tried to, make products that will work not just with our base nutrients, but with any base nutrient out there.
Cool. And as I said, being the number one nutrient in the US for the 2 years, how does the future look for you?
Well, it's real bright. We're known as one of the innovators in the industry. We're kind of like the Apple of the nutrient industry.
Yeah.
If you look at our R&D department, we have about 50 products in the queue at any given time. So, we're never settling for. We're never just sitting by happy with status quo.
What you've got.
Yeah, we're
always adding into the research and the development of your products and making them better.
Yeah. So in R&D, you'll see new products or improvements on existing products.
Awesome. And that's the sign of a great companies. They're not just happy to sit back on the laurels and reap the benefits of the hard work that they've done in the past. They're constantly innovating, updating the products. New research comes out and they apply that to the products, and the company just gets better and better and better. And you're going to be impossible to knock off number one spot.
Yeah, the knowledge of plant physiology and plants in general is really growing. We've really tapped into the tip of the iceberg at this point. So as that knowledge increases, we're also using that knowledge to improve on our products.
Awesome. Now, I just said before that the Botanicare has been in the UK for just over a year now, and it's starting to pick up really well. Customers are coming in, asking for the products, saying how well they're doing. I know how well they're doing. How does the future look for Botanicare in the UK? Are you happy with how things have been going?
Yeah, for sure. We're a new company out here. Just around a year or just under a year. It's difficult to get into any market, even with a well-established brand like Botanicare. So, I think that we have the products and the pricing to make that happen. We don't use any crazy hormones in our products. Very pure ingredients. We're very transparent as to what's in our products.
That's very true. You look at the back of a Botanicare bottle and it literally tells you exactly what's in it. I'm not going to list all the ingredients, but come into the shop, ask to see the back of the Botanicare bottle, and you can see a full list of ingredients, the percentages, all the ingredients on the back, and you can just see exactly where it's been sourced from, which is great because we know the grower knows what he's putting into his plants. And you have a great range with a lot of products. We could probably talk for like over an hour about them all, which we did do in the shop the other day. I absorbed all the information, or part of the information, from Doug's brain, and got a little bit of training as well on the products from Doug, which was fantastic. Thank you very much for that. And hopefully we'll have you back again onto the podcast to discuss a little bit more in depth about the products. But if you had to pick, let's say, 3 from the list, which ones would you pick? Which ones would you tell our customers to use if we go with 3?
I think our best product is our original product. That would be my number 1, which is Pure Blend Tea.
Yeah.
It's basically pure biostimulant. So Botanicare is a company that pioneered the bio-mineral hybrid nutrient. We essentially took the Pure Blend Tea, used to be Pure Blend Original, or also called the metabolic formula, and we added some nutrient to that to make Pure Blend Pro. To this day, Pure Blend Pro is easily one of the top-selling base nutrients in all of North America, soon to be in the UK. The magic is in that Pure Blend Tea. It's a tea that's not heavily, it's not food-based, it's biostimulant, so it's something that you can add to any existing recipe. Whatever products you're using, whatever manufacturer, you can add the tea to that recipe, not change a thing. It will not burn at all, and it will dramatically improve the aromas and flavors. It's the reason why we've really done so well. Some other products I would definitely say would be Kind. The best part about Kind is which is one of our base nutrients. It's also, like Pure Blend Pro, a bio-mineral hybrid, but it's 80% mineral and 20% biostimulant. So where Pro is the flip of that, it's 80% biostimulant, 20% mineral. Kind is very complete. You can really run it with very few supplements. So if you're trying to keep things simple, not use a lot of parts, which I think all growers would really like to do, keep it as simple as they can.
Possible.
Yep.
We were just discussing yesterday how hard it is to take something that's quite complicated and make it simple. It's very easy to make things complicated and overcomplicate it for people. But what the Kind Botanicare range does is there's the grow and the base, and then you would use, when you go into flowering, the base and the bloom. And also, as well as being a really complete range with just 3 bottles, it's really cheap as well. I think you could, for in the UK, the litre bottles cost you £20 each. So for the 3 bottles, £60, and away you go.
Mm-hmm. And really, you can use just those components. But one thing I do recommend would be adding additional Pure Blend Tea to that recipe to bump up those organics. Because we make Kind so complete, it has a lot of supplements built into it. We literally couldn't fit any more than what you currently have in the bottle before it would flash over to a semi-solid.
Yeah.
So a little bit extra on the Pure Blend Tea, and it really gets it to more of like a 50-50 bio-mineral. And I think that's the best way to run that lineup.
Awesome. Now, recently in the Garden Culture magazine, there was a survey, and it was a survey of 100 shop owners, and the preferred system of choice, or the preferred grow method of choice for grow shop owners, seemed to come out as hydroponics, specifically deep water culture. Now, if our listeners are using deep water culture, or anybody's using DWC, what sort of recipe, what blend would you put together from Botanicare?
One of the good things about basically all of our products, I would say maybe the one exception being Growilla, is the fact that any of our products, or most of our products, can be used in really any growing substrate. So even though we are incorporating a lot of organics into our products, these organics have been enzymatically digested. They're very pure, clean running, so you can run them in the deep water culture systems, even aeroponics, without having issues with biofilm buildup. And it's a great thing, because then you can actually use organic products in even a hydroponics system. I like to recommend Kind. Kind is the latest plant nutrient technology, so it really runs fantastic in hydroponics.
Awesome. Now, if listeners, people that have got a nutrient regime, can be very hard to switch. They're very happy. If they're happy with what they're getting, they're pretty stuck in their ways. But if you had to sort of recommend, let's say, 1 or 2 products from the range that you could add to an existing range, what ones would they be? And I can guess because you're all about the organic compost tea. So as well as the organic compost tea, which I'm loving, I'm using, our customers are enjoying, which one other product could customers use, add to their existing range to see really how Botanicare rolls?
Right. We have a couple, I will definitely come back to the Pure Blend tea. It's a great add-on. Again, you don't have to change anything in your recipe. Another really great option is Rhizoblast. Rhizoblast is a rooting product for enhancing the root mass of your plants. It has chlorella in it. Chlorella is an algae. Algae is a great input because it's very inexpensive to produce the byproducts that you need for what's in the actual Rhizoblast product. It basically, algae, all it needs is sunlight, water, and very minimal trace minerals. So very inexpensive to grow the algae, and they give off a byproduct. One of the byproducts is you get some auxins, which is a group of rooting hormones, some gibberellic acid, some amino acids. We add a little bit of kelp also to that product. The kelp bumps up the trace mineral and amino acids, and you also get some cytokinins from the kelp, which helps with increasing your cell division. So it's a rooting product that has natural inputs, but we're able to naturally derive some of those rooting hormones, so we don't have to use the synthetic versions. And it's very concentrated. You only have to use about 0.5 ml per liter, and you would use this up until about the 3rd, maybe 4th week of flower.
Okay, excellent. There's loads of really, it's one of Foxy's favourite words is chock-a-block. It's absolutely chock-a-block full of great ingredients.
Yeah, and
so that's something that we, if you're listening and you want to try a few new products, try out this Rhizoblast. It's take your word. I'm going to be trying it out when you send me a free sample, and I'll be able to talk about it in the future. We're going to wrap this up soon, but what I like to ask all of our people who come onto the show is one tip for our listeners. What one tip would you give for our listeners to achieve better product?
Real simple. Keep it simple. At the end of the day, growers, these are our babies, and we like to take care of our babies. And what that leads to many times is over-complicating things and overuse. There is a hierarchical relationship between nutrients, and if you overuse, you can get out of that balance. And when you get out of balance, that affects the availability of what you're trying to feed your plants. So keeping it simple, really trusting the manufacturer. You're paying the manufacturer for their proven recipe. So really trust that base nutrient and try not to add too many supplements on top of that. Keep it simple. That is the recipe for success.
Awesome. Doug, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you, and I really love to invite you back to the NPK studio where we can spend a lot more time together and go through all of the great products, because there's just so many to talk about. I'd love to have you back on the show.
Thank you, NPK. Really appreciate it. Thank you, UK.
See you soon. Bye-bye.